Alright, so I'm making some chicken with some heirloom tomatoes. Don't ask what it's called, I'm really not sure. Again, no recipe. So I didn't show this part, but I pounded out the chicken and I already got one side seasoned. I forgot that I was supposed to be videoing this. So, and I'm only seasoning with salt and pepper. So, flipping it over. This is boneless, skinless chicken breast. And this is kosher salt. Of course, it's gonna look like a whole lot, guys, but that's because, I don't know, you actually need all that. And some pepper, black pepper. I like a lot of pepper. And I'm just gonna set that to the side. Okay, in the meantime, I washed these pretty heirloom tomatoes. I guess they're what? Cherry tomatoes, heirloom cherry tomatoes. I washed them and I'm just gonna cut them in half the long way, like so. Okay, so I have all the tomatoes cut, except for the little tiny ones. I just didn't feel like cutting those. They're really small. And I just halved them, so that's one package cut. And this was really big chicken breasts. I have 3 pretty large sized chicken breasts, see? Okay, I also have a shallot, which to me they're a little bit sweeter, and plus I feel fancy when I use them from watching all the cooking shows back in the days. So one shallot. And I really need to get some better knives. If anybody wants to gift me any, that would be awesome. So that's good. I'm not going to really cut these all the way down because I like how pretty they look, just like that. Alright. I'm also going to use a couple cloves of garlic. And put it on the cooking show too. I love garlic, guys. It smells so good. It makes you immediately feel like you know what you're doing in the kitchen. See how horrible these knives are? As much as I like to cook, you would think I would have some decent knives. Alright, so you're going to cut those up. actually just gonna mince them really quickly, and not like really small either. That's good. Got a little skin there. Okay. Smells good. See? So I have shallots and I have garlic. And our tomatoes. Okay, so I'm bringing a pot of water to a boil so I can boil up some pasta, which I am using angel hair pasta. Really simple. Just because that's what I had and I didn't buy any more when I went grocery shopping today. And you're going to heavily salt the water. It's going to look like a whole lot, but it's really not. So what I've learned is, and what I think the rule is, if you have the water real salty, it kind of helps to flavor up the pasta so they're not like tasteless. So I'm going to bring a pot of water to boil so we can boil the pasta. Now we're going to get started on the chicken. So heat a pan up. I have it on, about medium. And I'm going to swirl some olive oil in there. Just like that much, and let it coat the pan. And what I'm going to do is put this chicken and kind of brown it a little bit, cook it a little bit, and then take it out so I can get some of these veggies going. The shallots, the garlic, and the tomatoes. Alright, I'm also going to put a few sprigs of rosemary in this oil. I don't know why, but it kind of like flavors the oil too while I'm doing the chicken. That's what it looks like. And just so it kind of like browns and gets color on it, make sure I have all the pieces against the pan. So, rosemary smells good. So I noticed that chicken has like a lot of oil already, so I don't use a whole lot of oil myself. Did you notice that chicken seems to be getting like greasier? I don't know. So I'm basically just going to brown it. I'm just tilting the pan so some of the oil is even. I'm still waiting on my pot of pasta to come to a boil. So what are you guys cooking for dinner? Maybe if you guys, if it comes out good, which we'll know once I'm finished, because again, I'm not following any recipe, I'm just using what I have in the refrigerator. I went grocery shopping with no plan. I just kind of just get ingredients that I like and we'll go from there. See how it turns out. So we're doing that until it gets some color on it. So I won't keep you here. I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I'm flipping it. So I'm still on the first side. See? I'm going to go ahead and flip it now. It looks like it's got some color on that side. And not a whole lot, see? Just enough to like lock in all the seasonings I put on there. So just salt and pepper. And get it to look like this. Rosemary, sounds good. So if I had to guess, I was about 5 minutes on that side. Maybe 5, 7 minutes. But what you're looking for is just some color, and you want the seasonings not to be falling off, basically. So I'm not a professional chef, you guys, so if I'm not saying all these terms right, don't laugh at me. I'm learning as I go, but always seems to come out really good. Alright, and I'll show you how this looks when we're done. Because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the chicken out, and the juices or the seasonings that are at the bottom of the pan is going to help me get started with sauteing the garlic and the onions or shallots, and then the tomatoes, and then we'll add the chicken back in. We're also going to use wine, some white wine. This is just, I don't know what wines to use, so I just grabbed whatever is on sale, and this is Chardonnay. So it says it's fresh and fruity. I figure it should taste good. So we're not really looking to cook the chicken all the way through at this point. We're actually just getting some color on it and locking in the seasoning. It smells really good. You all like rosemary, fresh rosemary? This smells really, really good. We haven't even done anything yet. And try to not do like me. I like to mess with my food a lot while it's doing its thing because I'm so impatient. But you don't have to do that. You just leave it alone. Probably do its thing a little faster. Alright, so that's the other side. Well, got a little piece hanging on. That's what the other side looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out. And don't put this chicken into the pan that you initially started with unless you've washed it out, because it was raw meat. You don't want to put cooked meat back in with raw meat. Alright, so I removed the rosemary and the chicken. Now I'm going to add in the shallots first. I'm going to add just like a little bit of oil, just because that chicken kind of absorbs a lot. And I'm not using a whole lot of shallots. See? That's actually, all this stuff is flavor, so that's what you want. And I'm just softening it. It's going to cook the rest of the way in the sauce. So I don't put the garlic in yet because it'll burn. I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit. And add the garlic. And it's okay if you have this stuff, because once you get your liquid in the pan, it's going to help to pull that stuff out of the bottom of your pan, but it's going to make it really flavorful. And the tomatoes have liquid in them too, so it's already helping to break up what's in the bottom of the pan. Looks like our water is almost done. See? Our water is boiling. I'm going to add in this angel hair pasta. And let it cook down. See how it's looking? The tomatoes are breaking down. And it smells really good. And I'm going to deglaze with the pan with this wine. So, and so I'm going to put a little bit more. So I'm just going to let like the alcohol kick off. This is what it looks like. And see, the bottom of the pan doesn't have all the sticky stuff, all the burnt stuff, but it has the flavor. It smells really good. Okay, sorry. Alright, so I'm just going to let that alcohol from the wine cook out a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the tomatoes are breaking down. Can you see that? So what I'm going to add to this is a little bit of chicken stock, which I recommend making your own if you can. And this is, I'm doing this just so it has like a little bit of cooking liquid, just so it can finish cooking the chicken. Add a little salt. And some pepper. I love fresh cracked pepper. And then I'm going to add the chicken back in. Along with the rosemary. Alright, so this is how it looks. You know, it's kind of hard to see. I'll take a picture so you can see how it looks. And I'm just going to put, turn it down just slightly and put a lid on it. Because I don't want the liquids to cook out yet. I'm going to use a small little tilted lid. I don't want all the liquids to cook out, but I want it to actually cook the chicken. And you're also I'm gonna cook the pasta to al dente, which means it's a little bit on the harder side versus mushy, but it's cooked all the way through. I have like maybe a minute or two left on that. Smells so good, guys. So I'm going to drain the pasta, rinse it in cold water so we'll stop cooking, because at the end I'm just going to toss it in the sauce. And I feel like I should have some green something on the plate. I always feel bad when there's no green. So I'm going to see what I could possibly do for that. And I'll be back. Okay, so this is still cooking. I actually took the top off so some of the liquids can cook down. And I'm going to add some really good balsamic vinegar, which this is aged. My mom got it for me, see, from a company called Olive a Little. And it's really, really good stuff. So it's already like aged, so it's got that syrupy feel. And this, I don't know, it comes out so slow. So I'm not putting like a ton in, it just drips out slowly. See? Putting that in. That could cook down in there. And the chicken is almost done. Alright, so your chicken should be at this point pretty much done. I have the heat up too high. So it's looking like this, which looks really good to me. So I'm going to fish out this rosemary sticks that I had. See, most of the little bits and pieces have fallen off, which is fine. I like how rosemary tastes, but we don't want the big stalks. And I'm gonna just put in some of this pasta that we cooked earlier. And you're not really cooking this, you're just getting it in there. I might have cooked too much pasta. So let's just start with that much first. And we're just tossing it in. Giving it a nice little swirl so it can get all incorporated. And the chicken's kind of in the way. And I decided to just steam some broccoli because I have to have something green on this plate. Otherwise I feel like I'm not getting my vegetables in, which I need. So it's gonna look like this. I'll show you guys in just a second. I'm just making sure all the noodles are incorporated into the sauce. Alright, you see? I'll show you in just a second. Okay, and finally, I picked up this goat cheese, garlic and herb today at the farmer's market. I've never had this one before, and I usually like to pick up new cheeses because I like cheese, so I try different ones when I go. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on top right before I plate it up so it melts on the top, and then I could put the sauce on top of that. So pretty much done, you guys, and I'm gonna plate it up and I will show you how it looks in the end. And there you have the finished product, you guys. glass of wine for all your hard work and labor over the stove. Ended up steaming some broccoli, see? And it's just steamed with a little bit of salt. That's it. I have that herb goat cheese and chicken. I drizzled just a little bit of balsamic vinegar and angel hair pasta and chicken with heirloom tomatoes. It's really good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed cooking with me. Okay, so everything is done. Didn't take too long. Gonna give this a taste. But cheers. This is really simple. If you know how to cook chicken, this is a no-brainer. I really like the goat cheese. That was my first time. I have it wrapped up here. If you like goat cheese, this is really good. So here's what it looks like. Garlic and herb goat cheese. So I melted that on top. Have those heirloom tomatoes, balsamic vinegar, some steamed broccoli. Oops. And it's really good. So, enjoy, guys.